Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload new readings, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification. Now before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and moving forward in peace and harmony, releasing all negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace. Okay. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, August 1st to the 15th, 2020, Sagittarius. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, and one bonus card. There we go. All right, now before we dive into the tarot, let's see what your chakras have to say. Sagittarius, August 1st to the 15th, 2020, Sagittarius. August 1st to the 15th, 2020, Sagittarius. August 1st to the 15th, 2020, Sagittarius. Angels. Ooh, fantastic. These three right here. Yeah, Spirit saying you're done with those. That's brilliant. So the I Am Presence. I love this card because it's such a powerful card to get. It's the crown chakra, and it's talking about our I Am Presences, presence for ourselves. What do we say to ourselves? I am strong, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I am accomplished, I am successful, I am handsome, I am achieving. You know, I am enough. Are those your words? Are they? I am angry, I am upset, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed. I'm a failure. I'm never going to measure up. What is your I Am Presence? What rings true for you? And also, really pay attention to the energy of yourself, to the way that you feel when you say these things. Now, you might feel like an imposter or a liar when you say, I am strong, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I am successful, I am amazing. You know, you might sit there and be like, yeah, that's a lie. All right? But it's the energy trying to push up, trying to raise us up that comes through. And it's like, okay, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in, right? But if we go with, I am sad, I am upset, I am anxious, I'm tired. I'm tired. And I feel for a lot of you Sagittarians, you're tired of everything that's been going on. You're tired of all the emotion, all the chaos, everything. Do not internalize. Do not make that part of your I Am Presence. Okay? Rise above. Rise above and embrace. Embrace the power, embrace the beauty. Look at your narrative, look at what you are telling yourself, because that is going to be astoundingly powerful for you during this time, that I am presence. Then we have peace. Peace is, again, the crown chakra. You want and you're longing to move forward in peace, in harmony, in security of self. Ooh, there we go. And then we have grounding, which you're looking at your roots. What's important to you? What has you thrive? What has you moving forward? What do you desire? What brings you peace? You're grounding yourself. This is the Earth Star chakra, located 6 inches below your feet. This is your roots going deep. This is saying, what am I foundationally built off of? What are my values? What do I desire? Am I giving this up for anybody else? Am I moving away from me? Or am I embracing me and seeing myself for the powerful individual that I am? Now, the left-hand side of the tarot, this is your inner self, your personal self. Then we move to the heart, and then the public arena, and you have your one bonus card right there. So let me just move back my camera just a bit for you guys. Oops. Okay. I think that's better. Oh, we have the 6 of Cups. It's a beautiful card. It brings tears to my eyes because it's so intense. The 5 of Cups. Oh, interesting. I like that digression here. It's intense, yes, but it's beautiful. The Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The 4 of Pentacles. You're dealing with things here, emotionally, personally, for yourself, Sagittarius. Okay, that's why your I am presence. That's why this energy, okay, of the chakra, especially with the crown, with the way that you view yourself, the way that you move yourself forward, is so important during this time. 6 of Swords. You have the number 6 crowning you. This is nurturing, caring energy. 9 of Swords. The Star card, which is absolutely beautiful. This is Aquarius energy, January 20th to February 18th. And then you have the 6 of Pentacles, and you now have 3 sixes. So that's divine calling, even though I do know 666, the number of the beast. Don't really believe that. So here you have this sense of this nurturing, caring energy just all around you and divinely presented. You have the Devil. Capricorn energy, a time frame of December 22nd to January 19th. Interesting. Anxieties, fears, doubts pulling you in one direction. Kind of like you feel like you should be fitting in. You don't fit in. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, take it from one non-fitter-inner to another. Yeah, you're going in a different path. You're leaving behind a feeling of poverty, a feeling of despair and doubt, despondency, of being unworthy of wealth and prosperity within your life. This could be financial wealth or something you value as much as money, which will really make your life rich. There's a rest that's needed. And then you have the Sun. Oh my gosh. If there is ever a way to end a reading, and especially this reading that's so terribly intense, it's with the Sun. And isn't that what the star is harking to? Because what is the Sun but the closest star to us? The King of Swords is your bonus card. Strong air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this strong pull towards the mind, towards truth, towards what you desire, towards this passion of self. Now let's see the people who are going to aid you during this time, Sagittarius. Who are the people who will aid Sagittarius August 1st to the 15th, 2020? Who are the people who will aid Sagittarius August 1st to the 15th, 2020? Who are the people who will aid Sagittarius August 1st to the 15th, 2020? Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. So these two, right away, we have the King of Pentacles, right? And I'll hold these up, actually. Yeah, like I usually do. So you have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Who are the people who are going to aid Sagittarius? And these two, okay. So King of Pentacles, right off the bat, I really do feel like this is going to be a tremendous ally for you. Now, this is a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. Yes, this is somebody who's very grounded. you might not even know this person's sign, or this could be in their chart. They have a lot of, Taurus or Virgo or Capricorn in there. They have a lot of earth sign presence. Now, if you want to see within your chart more deeply, I'm linking down below my personal astrologist, who is just astrologer. I always say that wrong. Who is absolutely just fantastic. Her name is Ravenways on YouTube. Her name is Kat. She's brilliant. If you want to check her out, please do. And if you don't, she's always there. So just give her a look. Here with the King of Pentacles, this is prosperity and success. This is a person who is prosperous. I mean, this is a person who has winds behind them. And the thing is that the more wins you have, the more power you have within yourself, because the more, I think it's like your serotonin levels raise, or it's something to that effect, like your body actually responds to this positive win. The more losses you have, the more despondent you get, the more depressed you get, the more, the weaker we get. We kind of like stand within on ourselves. We hunch our shoulders, we kind of protect our solar plexus because we're not feeling strong and capable. But even if you do something as seemingly trivial as standing up straight, okay, you start to change the way your mind is perceiving yourself, because you start to become somebody who is taking authority of things. And this is a person who takes authority of things. This is a person who has an authority on things. And so here with the King of Pentacles, this is somebody who either inspires you to move towards your prosperity, or this is a person who who is prosperous, who is grounded, who is either giving you advice or who you're just learning from by watching. This person, again, you don't have to know their sign to be inspired by them, but this is somebody who's going to inspire you in a very kind of grounding, stabilizing way. And this is the king who looks at the bigger picture. He looks at everything, okay? He'll be like, okay, well, if rainfall is this much, then crops will be this much, and this is how much food will be able to go out, and things like that. Things that we, yes, know kind of in the back of our mind have to be put together, but he puts together the pieces. And that's going to be powerful, okay? The person who kind of has this bigger vision. And then we have the Queen of Swords. This is an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius. You have a strong air sign energy within this reading, more hawking towards Aquarius than any other, but it doesn't have to just be Aquarius. So the Queen of Swords might come across as somebody who's very hoity-toity. When I first saw this queen, I really didn't like her, which I thought was a shame, because I don't like it when they make one suit to be kind of unlikable, which is usually the swords, okay? Yeah, which is usually the swords, and I just don't like it. And so here I was rather disappointed. And then one day I was using these cards, and I realized, oh my gosh, it's the wind. She's sitting up like that because the wind is blowing on her and it's inspiring her. This is a person who gets messages. This is a person who sits very straight, who is very kind of commanding in their presence, all right? Doesn't really give much away, but has this power, this authority, this truth to them. They can be very sharp-tongued, okay? They might have a very bad delivery of certain things, or get cranky and then, say things that aren't as nice as they would like them to be. But this is a person who is on your side. This is a warrior queen. And this is a person who will fight for you. Okay? They will not take your fights and make them your own. Queen of Swords does not believe in that. Queen of Swords says, I hand you a gift. I hand you a gift and I help you. Either you take that gift and you run with it, or you don't. But that's up to you. I did my part. So know that energy from the Queen of Swords, where you sit there and you might think, oh, well, you should help me more, or this should be, we should talk about this more, and they might be very standoffish because they feel like they did their job already. So just know that. Just know that about them. Then we have the Prince of Swords. Now again, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have beautiful air sign energy. The mind is really working for you during this time. You're making connections that you wouldn't normally have. Not saying that you're going to be seeing things in a very more connective way, which is absolutely beautiful. You have a beautiful mind. Anyway, Sagittarius, absolutely. You dive deep, you dive strong. And here with the Prince of Swords, this is somebody who moves fast, who knows what it is that they want, and who is astoundingly determined. And you're going to really kind of thrive with that energy, or really like that energy around you. You're just going to at times be like, well, you're moving a little bit too fast. Think things through a bit. You don't want them to be foolish or impetuous. And then we have the Moon, Pisces energy. and this is February 19th to March 20th. This is somebody who faces fears, and this is somebody who's very open about that, who will tell you, I'm afraid of everything. Things scare me. They rock me. They overwhelm me, but I do not let it hold me back, because that's the one thing in this world where our fear can absolutely paralyze us and absolutely take away anything that would have been good that came into our lives. But because the fear was so great, we stopped. And my mom would always say, what if you stopped right before you made it? What if you gave up and right around the bend was your success? Now, that does not mean you keep going the same way. You try things exactly the same. It means you think outside of the box. You push, you look, you see, you learn. This is what this Pisces energy shows you, right? This is somebody who is deeply connected to the heart, right? This is somebody who, faces fears, looks at things, is honest and open. Sometimes they might be a little bit too opened, all right? But this is stuff that needs to be heard, and so they share it. Yeah. And it leads you to the Six of Cups. Because Sagittarius, right now you're feeling everything very deeply. You really are. You're feeling things deeply. You're taking things in. You're really looking at things. And I do see this as you're taking in, the emotions around the world, the emotions of, hurts, pains, disappointments, fears, anger. And here it's kind of like looking back. And the thing I love about this card is the story that it tells in just beautiful imagery. You have the little boy with his puppy. And then as the bulls come down, as the years progress, you have a grown man with his dog and his older dog. Now, this is showing us that nothing stays. Nothing stays the same. We cannot always be children, and we cannot always have puppies. And you might look at this card and say, well, Dane, this guy is definitely too old to be this dog. This dog wouldn't live that long. Okay, so it's the father. And still he's lost the baby in the sense that, the baby grows and it's no longer the toddler that follows you around with wide eyes. And the puppy becomes a grown dog. He's lost the puppy for the adult. We always lose. And I know that's not something we're supposed to talk about. We're not supposed to talk about loss and pain and disappointment and the way life changes. But why aren't we supposed to talk about it? It is a huge part of being human. And so here with the Six of Cups, things are changing. And there's a reminiscence. There's a thinking back. And it can bring tears to your eyes. I mean, I can feel this really in my solar plexus. It's like it hits you in the gut. Be very mindful of what you eat. Be very mindful of what you drink. During this time, the emotions hit you in the gut. And if you're not careful with the nutrients that you're taking in, your gut can be weakened, okay? Yeah. And so here, with the Six of Cups, you're moving forward. But you also reminisce about the past. And that is going to be something where you can either look at it and say, we all grow, we all evolve, we all have twists and turns. And loss is a part of life. Or you can sit there and say, I wish it was the way that it once was. And the thing is we can't ever move backwards. We can only move forwards. And with the Six of Cups, it shows us that. And it's like, don't sit there and lose to the past, because it can never be obtained the way it once was. It can never be. You can never walk back. And it has us, as sad as that message might be, and I do see it as being rather sad. I mean, whether you had a wonderful childhood or whether you had a not so good childhood, there is a sense of wanting things to be simpler. There is a sense, of wanting things to go back, right? Either to get the chance to do it right or to live in that ease. And here, you're looking at things and it's like, okay, change your mind, change your life. Focus on the 2 cups that stand, not the 3 that have spilt, because you have the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is the Minor Arcana Lovers card. You have that love here. And that's something, when you look back, it's like, look at this. Look at the love. that he had. Look at that. That's just what you want for your children, isn't it? For them to have a companion that they love, that they cherish. And yes, okay, you're going to learn about loss. You're going to learn about pain. But to have that connection, it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And I think that's the way, I see that as the way that you're changing your mind to change your life. It's knowing that it's not easy. And you know what? It's not meant to be. I don't know who started the lie where you're supposed to get what you want and everything like that. You work hard to get what you want. And even sometimes when you get what you want, as Dostoevsky said, when you create your paradise, you burst that bubble. You take your paradise like bubbles, and you burst them one by one, because it'll never live up to your expectations. And here, it's understanding. It's understanding the deeper truth. And it's understanding the power of your heart and your soul. And it's opening your heart to love, to beauty, to comprehension, to understanding. And it's moving you forward in a way that makes you a defender of your mind, yes. But I see your mind and your heart coming together with the Knight of Swords. And it's like, okay, I move forward towards what I love and desire. I move forward towards what I need. And as I do so, I embrace this power about me. Yes, you might be moving forward in a bit of a speed demon way. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. I have to go now. The same advice you will give to the Knight of Swords up here, this person who really hates you, okay? Or you'll think if you're watching a movie and you see this Knight of Swords person, or you're reading a book and you see this Knight of Swords, it's like, okay, step back, think things through. I'm really thinking of, Erin Morgenstern's The Night Circus, where she actually has the Knight of Swords come up. And it's like, okay, think things through. And that's going to be the thing here. And it can come up as clearly as that, or it can come up more abstractly. And so here, as you're moving forward, you see what it is that you want. You know what it is that you desire. You need to take note of your heart, your emotional self, as you move forward in this truth, as you move forward in this power. And it moves you to the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is, I really see you looking at emotional vampires, people who have stolen away your joy, people who, are draining your energy dry. And you're like, you know what, no more, I'm done. I need to stand for me. I need to stand for me. And as I stand for me, I stand empowered and I stand bold. And then I have wealth that I cherish. Now, this is not, Kardashian money. This is not, Rockefeller money. This is money that brings contentment, centering, and peace. All right? It's not money that everybody looks at. It's like, these are my talents, these are my gifts. And this is how I move forward. And as you release the vampiric energy, as you release the doubts and the fears and the anger and the upset, and as you become the defender of what you desire and what you want and what you need, you find yourself emboldened. You find yourself cutting through that negativity. And this is all astoundingly personal for you. I mean, this is an astoundingly, intensely personal, emotional time. So be ready for it. I mean, and I'm not sitting here talking negativity over you, okay? Because I would prefer everything to be all roses and sunshine. That would just be nice. But I have to tell you as it appears, or else I'm not doing my job. And what the heck use is it you listening to me? Well, to spirit. So here, through me. So here, there is a sense of you standing in this power and in this truth. There's a sense of you guarding what is really important to you. And it moves you forward. It moves your heart. It's like, you come to this realization. These are these intense, profound moments that are coming in. And it's like, okay, I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward to what I want. I'm moving forward to what I desire. I'm moving forward to what I need. And is it scary? Yeah, absolutely. Is it worth it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. And I will not be held back. And I will not be kept small. And I will face these fears because I have gained this knowledge. And for some of you, okay, there is something here about time frames. All right? Either you expected things to happen in a certain way. Yeah, certain, like, this age did this, check. This age did that, check. And isn't that the way our world is made up? We're supposed to follow these certain patterns. And I see that here with the devil coming in. And it's so interesting because It's like you have the 6 and the 6. So you have this love, you have this passion, you have this beauty, you have this caring, not competitive, compassionate energy around you. And then there's this competitive, like this is what the earth wants you to do. This is what society says you should be doing now. And this is how you should be moving forward. And it's like, stop. Stop. That is your truth. It is not mine. And you need to stop it. That's why you have the 5 of Cups right here. Change your mind, change your life. And it leads you, as you move forward, as you know your mind, and as you take this leap, it leads you to fear. It does. It leads you to doubts. That's why this positive moon is going to be so important to you. In the sense of, yeah, be afraid. I mean, all human beings were programmed to be afraid. We have to have that fear in us. It kept our ancestors alive. It did. Because if you weren't afraid and you were out hunting or gathering and you gathered the wrong berries and everybody died, that wasn't good. If you were out hunting and you weren't afraid, you weren't a bit hesitant, you could be trampled by the herd that you were hunting, and that wouldn't be good. There were a whole medley of fears that we had to be aware of. Even our eyesight, becoming so good. We're like the best sight hunters. And then we have, birds of prey, which are better than us. But we're the best on land, right? And our eyesight developed so that we could spot out snakes in the grass. So we wouldn't be bitten and poisoned and die. So there was a lot to be afraid of. There was a lot to be afraid of. And yet in our modern world, where we don't have to worry about all this stuff all the time, or at all. I'm not out hunting my food or gathering the berries, or even if I am, I know exactly which berries I planted where. And so here with the 9 of Swords, it's looking at the worry, the doubt, and the fear that we make from our social world. And it's from social media. It's from fitting in with what society wants us to be. It's from the way that people say we're supposed to be moving forward. If you're not, this by this age, that by that age, you're not going to have a fulfilled life. It's the worries and the doubts that you have just from simply loving other people, letting them in. And here it's like, enough. Don't put the weight of the world on your shoulders. Why? Because you deserve to stand tall. And there is loss and there is pain. There is. There is. But it has made you stronger. And I know that when you're going through it, that's not what you want to hear. It's like, Dane, I could not be this strong. Thank you very much. But there is something here. There is a reason. It's building compassion. It's building understanding. It's building this depth of emotion within your heart that is astounding. And it's moving forward with that truth. Instead of being weighed down by the negative, by things you have no control over, you start to see this positive. You start to see this grace coming forward. And the stars, in your heart, you know that your wishes are being heard. You're looking towards the highest form of perfection. In ancient times, when our ancestors looked up at the sky, they saw perfection. They saw something that took their breath away. Have you ever been somewhere really, really dark? And at night you looked up, and the sky was just alight with stars. And it took your breath away. Could you imagine that being every night? Being guided by the stars. Knowing your way home because of the stars. Knowing your way across the sea because of the plains, because of the stars. They were a map sent to you by the heavens. And they still are. A map of your truth, a map of your desire, a map of what you long for. Divinity hears. We don't think divinity does, but he does. This is hearing, this is listening. This is wishes being granted, but not in the way that we expect. Wishes are seldom ever granted in the way that we expect them to be. This is powerful. This is a pouring of the soul's knowledge into the greater consciousness of the world. And as that comes, there is a give and take of prosperity as it falls into your hands, as it endows you with wealth. And as you learn of the give and the take, nothing is free. Everything comes at a price, whether we realize it or not. And this prosperity grows us, moves us, shapes us. And this balance, this learning, this balance, this understanding, this dance. And then we move to the public arena. And the public arena tempts. It's the devil. It's the one saying, follow me. I can bring you delights. There's a story, Eloa, yes. It's a French poem, I believe. And she was the only female angel for the longest time. And what happened is Lucifer fell in love with her, and she fell in love with him. And he reached out his hand and said, how much do you love me? And she fell with him into hell. And I don't know why that poem, that story became relevant to here. But I feel like this is, I do, because that's our world. I don't believe in a hell. I don't believe in Dante. I just don't. And here, there is this sense of, for me, hell is on this earth. We do atrocities to each other you couldn't imagine. You can imagine them after you hear them, but if you're a good person, a decent person, you can't even imagine. And so here it's the world holding out its hand and saying the only thing you have to do is follow me. I'll make you happy. And the only thing you have to be happy is fit my criteria. You have to be this tall. You have to be this thin. You have to be this wealthy. You have to be this. You have to be this, that. And then I promise you happiness. Here's the catch. You don't see people who have all those things, who adhere to these guidelines. A lot of them are not even close to happy. And they wouldn't even know what happy was if it came to them. The devil talks about our addictions. Our addictions in this world is to following a path that isn't ours. Something that we are told to do, not something that resonates within our souls. And I'm not saying give up your job and run away and join the circus, especially now, the way the world is. But it's like, look at happiness for you. Look at something that makes your soul sing, that brings you joy. It might not bring you a lick of money, and that's fine. A job may very well be a job. It pays the bills. But then have your passion on the side. This talks about addictions. This talks about drugs and sex and food and alcohol and, and gambling and all of that. Everything that we can be addicted to, that we see as addictions. But it also talks about anxieties and fears and, a fear of not belonging and a fear of people not being happy with you. So you people please, you swallow your words, you do everything you think you are supposed to do. And still, the happiness stays out of reach. This is to come to terms with your gifts. Because to remember, the devil is the corruption of the ancient gods of the earth. And they were neither good nor evil. They simply were. And so if you walk within your truth, within your power, you will see that this temptation, it falls from you. Because it is neither good nor evil. It just simply is. And it moves you to a facing of the fear of poverty, of not having the wealth that you want in your life, of the despair, of sitting there and saying, in the public arena, I will never be seen as more. And I'm afraid, and I'm alone, and I don't know how. I don't know how I'm going to take this key and open this door, and it is too much. And it almost looks here like as if she's becoming a puddle, just with that much sadness, that much sorrow. Enough is enough. You have prosperity in you. The 5 is a number of freedom, okay? 5 is also a number of things being resolved more quickly than you thought. And so here you have the 5 of Cups, you have the 9 of Swords, and you have the 5 of Pentacles. So you're changing your mind, you're changing your whole entire life. You are moving out of a place of worry, doubt, fear, and anxiety, and into a place that says, why am I on the outside of wealth? That is not my truth anymore. And you might say, Dane, I don't know how to better this. I don't know how to move forward. And that's fair. That really is fair. But there is something here where you are stopping a perpetuation of an idea. And it can be from a past life. It can be from within your DNA. Okay? It can be, it can be inherited. And you are changing the narrative. You are changing your narrative with money. My I am presence with money is I am wealthy. I am prosperous. I am bountiful. I have enough money. I am able to take care of it. And I am able to take care of it all. And keep on saying that to yourself. Build that strength. Because if you build it between your ears, within your mind, you build it within your very core. Keep on saying it. I see. I see prosperously. I see bountifully. I see my future opening. I see my life opening. And again, you need to do something on the side that brings in bliss, that brings in happiness. Because if it's simply that you are a machine that is just doing what you are supposed to be doing, because everything is just so overwhelming, you will spiral. And it will not be fair to you. And you're breaking this cycle, and you're doing it in the public arena. People are going to say, wow, what's different about you? Wow, there's a confidence to you. Wow, there's a power to you. And it's like, yeah, there is. Because I went from this 4 to this from this 5 to this 4. Okay, I count down here. And it's like I actually rested and gave myself respect for all the hardships, the pains, the disappointments that I have been through. The hurts, the intensities, the doubts, the fears. I have come back from war. It is the war simply of living. And I release. I release the fact that I thought I should have known better. I release the fact that I thought that I should have done more. I did what I could. And I am powerful because of that. And I will not let me down. Because I believe in me. And then all of a sudden, after all this intensity, the sun shines. What you have here is you have this connection, this string to the stars. You're lassoing a wish. You're bringing it in. Here, it's shining right down on you and it's coming. It's like rejoice. Rejoice, it's here. Rejoice, you're heard. Rejoice, there's happiness. The sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. Right? And it's kind of like, wow, do you do a turnaround? Wow, do you have this power coming over you? And is it well fought for? Yes, it is. Is it absolutely earned? Yes, it is. It's a rejoicing. It's a beauty. It's a power that is amazing. Do not lose that power within you. The King of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The King of Swords is no nonsense. The King of Swords cuts to the chase. He's like the Queen of Swords, who's on your side during this time. Cuts to the chase, knows what it is that he wants, doesn't waste time, is astoundingly smart. You are astoundingly smart during this time. Use your mind. Use that inspiration. Move forward in it. The king cannot move as freely as a queen. Think of chess, okay? The king is more stationary, a figure. And sometimes you will be frustrated because you feel like, I need to be doing more, I need to be moving more. It can just simply be with, the quarantines in the world, You might be like, oh, I need to be out there, I need to be doing, I need to be going, and you just can't. Right? Find other ways because your mind is on fire. You can see connections that before you hadn't seen. And that's why you're clearing out all this muck. It's like, no, I'm done. I'm done with carrying this around. And then we have, here, let's go deeper. Actually, let's go deeper. Show me more deeply for Sagittarius, August 1st to the 15th, 2020. Show me more deeply for Sagittarius, August 1st to the 15th, 2020. Show me more deeply for Sagittarius, August 1st to the 15th, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Awesome. And before we see this, let's see the people who you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Sagittarius needs to be mindful of? August 1st to the 15th, 2020. Who are the people that Sagittarius needs to be mindful of? August 1st to the 15th, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. All right. So, Virgo energy, a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. This is a person who's going to be very involved with themselves, okay? They're going to be on this inner quest. They're going to be looking at things in a very powerful, very kind of them-centric way, and they will not care how it impacts you. They just won't, because they're so... No, it's not that. No, Spirit said, no, that's not right. It's not that they will not care how it impacts you. It is that they are detached and they are a bit aloof during this time. So it's not that they don't care, it's that they don't realize. All right? It can be a Virgo energy, and it can be just somebody who is really taking this, who's really just really into their life path right now, or into themselves. You know, you might say they're not into their life path, they're just having a trauma drama, and that could very well be the case. And they're needing to learn how to light their way. Then you have Sagittarius energy right here. Now, this could be, of course, another Sagittarius. This is going to be somebody, because Sagittarius, you are represented by temperance, balance. This is somebody who's out of balance. Now, it doesn't have to be a Sagittarius energy. It can simply be somebody who is just not in harmony with themselves. They're just not. And they can be looking in, religions or secret texts, but it could be also that they're having a lot of problems with religions or sacred texts or anything like that. And they're just like, why? Why do I feel on the outside? Why can't I feel like I fit in, like I belong? And that's somebody where you will want to help them, because that's just who you are. Also, you can really relate. You have that desire for knowledge, for awakening, for this spirituality, for this balance within life. But you don't want to be dragged down their rabbit hole. You just don't. Princess of Cups. This is a person who's immature and just too emotional. Just too emotional. She's going to just kind of like emotions hemorrhage from her at times. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so much. And that's just a drama that you don't want to be a part of. And then we have Aquarius energy, which you have being very good for you. So you have one very good Aquarius energy, one not so good Aquarius energy, a person you have to be mindful of. This is a person who is just into themselves, their wishes, what they desire, what they want. And that is just going to be a little bit too much for you. You're going to be, okay, enough. Ten of Cups. The King of Cups. And the Six of Cups. It's interesting that you have the Six of Cups in this line coming up twice from two separate decks. So here it's really reminiscent. You're really like looking back at your childhood. You're looking back at a happier, easier time. It doesn't have to have been childhood. And you're really going to feel the allure of that time pulling you. You're like, you want that back. And you can feel gypped. You can feel overwhelmed that you can't. Don't live in the past. It's going to be very easy for you to either want to live in the past or romanticize the past. Don't do that to yourself, because you're going to miss the present. The Hermit, right here, Virgo energy. Once again, this one is good for you. This one is, you turn inward, you find that light. The Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you might learn a lot from this Virgo energy. Again, a time frame, August 23rd to September 22nd. And I don't know why, but during this time in the world, I've seen this as a very powerful time frame, all right? And I don't know why that is, but I just know that it is. I think it was this way that I picked up the cards. Oh, I can't remember. This is what Spirit is telling me. So if it's wrong, I do apologize. But Spirit wants it to be wrong then. Two of Emotions, Two of Cups, that love coming in. The Death card, a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. The Four of Cups. You're getting a gift from divinity. And at times it's going to be hard to see, but it is powerful and it is personal. Oh, wow. I love that card. Okay. So the Ten of Emotions. This is a celebration. It is a celebration. It is a time of emotionally coming together, of seeing what it is that you want. This is, and they all live happily ever after. Why? Because you're letting go of so much baggage. You really are. You're decluttering your life. You're moving forward in your truth. And it's like, yeah, I need to do this. I need to do this for me. And as you do this for you, you become the king of emotions. You become the person who rules over their life. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the King of Cups is a king sitting on this square, this like rock, but it's like a piece of cement in the ocean. And so you're sitting there and you're like, wow, okay. It's implied that he's the king of all that you see behind him. But you can look at it as, wow, he's the king of that little square. And isn't that every single person, especially when it comes to our emotional selves? We can only control our emotions. And sometimes even then, they're not controlled. They're just kind of kept in check. And so here, with the King of Cups coming over, and with the Ten of Cups here, with this celebration, they all live happily ever after, this beauty, this harmony, this joy coming in. A love that lasts for generations coming in. The King of Cups embraces your soul and says, you rule your world. Do not let somebody else rule it for you. Do not let what they say discourage you from a path that you know is true within your heart. Now, it's not being delusional, of course, but it is being open and honest and powerful with yourself and saying, I am moving forward towards what I love within this life. And I know that divinity, the universe, has a plan for me, and I'm letting my angels guide me. And as you do so, you're looking at, there's something from within your childhood where there's a hurt, there's a pain. It's like it is an emotional vampire over you, and it's drained you, and you're like, no, I'm sorry, but we're done. We're done. We're no longer in this relationship, this toxic relationship. And I'm going to be able to look at my past with love, respect, a bit of longing, yes, because that's what we do, but it's not going to rule you anymore, Sagittarius. It's not going to break your heart. And that's when you're set free. That's when you turn inward and you let that light guide you. You let it move you forward to something greater, something more, something astounding. And you really turn in on yourself. You look at yourself, what you want, what you desire, what you need within your life. And you're guided towards something so much greater than you had ever realized. And it's like, this is my truth. This is my solace. This is where I can hear the voice of divinity, the strongest, the voice of my angels leading me forward. And it makes you a student of your prosperity because you are calling in wealth. And I just love these two cards together because I think they're stunning. And of course, these are my favorite colors right here, that pink and the green. And here it's like, your wishes are granted. And now you are a student of prosperity. You are a student of what you desire. And as you move forward, the Two of Wands, the Two of Inspiration, it guides you. It has you looking out over the horizon. It has the world being vast, yes, and it might all seem to blur into each other, everything that you want to do or that needs to be done. But you're looking at things and you're like, I'm inspired. I'm inspired to go, to do, to see. And this time, this hermit time of the heart of the world, okay, is giving you the time to see what it is that you want. Does it bring anxiety with it? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay? And this is not an easy time, but it is a time that has us focusing on what we love, on what we desire, on what is of the utmost importance to us. And that is inspiring us as we look out over the horizon. And it is making us students of our wealth. It's making us students of the seeds that we are planting and the beauty that comes forward, that enriches our lives. And then we move here to the Two of Cups, love. It's all about love. It's all about the embrace of the heart. The repeat of the number 2 here speaks to your heart, speaks to your soul. It's like you're collaborating, you're taking things in, you're being guided. And you might say, okay, but I don't have anybody to guide me or to collaborate with me. It's having your angels be there with you. Collaborating, talking, guiding your spirit guides. It can be having an angel journal. It can be, talking to yourself, working things out, having that connection. Don't be afraid of it. But love here is what guides you forward. It is what moves your heart. And then you have the Death card. Dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. Yeah. There's an ending that comes. And you're ready for it. You're like, I'm done. I need to be reborn. To shed an old skin. To embrace a profound and sacred truth. And as you do so, I love this card. Okay, so look at this. You have a face here. You have a face here. And they're making the cup, right? That she's in. And she's not seeing that she's protected. But she does know that she has those 3 gifts with her. But is it enough now? And she needs to know that through the beauty of grace, she has what is truly desired. She has that cup that moves her forward in blessings, in beauty, in power, in truth, and in prosperity. And that is your everything. That is what brings you to the sun. It's like divinity guides you there. And it becomes a part of you. And it breathes with you. Your spirit animal message for this time. Sagittarius, August 1st to the 15th, 2020. Sagittarius, August 1st to the 15th, 2020. Sagittarius, August 1st to the 15th, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, those 2. We have the hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Be in the present. That is going to be so important in this time. Even though it might be easier to be in the past. Be in the present. Because there are gifts that are being given to you. There's a way that your angels are moving you forward that is really quite astounding. And the wasp spirit, sometimes life stings. And I love this card because it's true. Sometimes life stings. Sometimes it stinks. You know, it's unfair. It's hard. It's devastating. I think we're going through more than a stinging time right now. But you come out. You come out profound. You do. And you need to know that about yourself. That you come out of this profound. And that yes, life stings. But you will not be held back. And you will not be kept back from what you truly desire. And you are profoundly, profoundly powerful, Sagittarius. Your subconscious message for this time, when it comes to your spirit animal, is the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. Let yourself be free. From the past, from the expectations of the future, let yourself look at this present moment and be free. It then moves you to the subconscious message of the people, which is justice. You have justice coming in. Libra presence, September 23rd to October 22nd. Justice comes. It cuts through doubts and fears. It moves you forward in balance. And we need balance. Your subconscious chakra message is listening. The 3rd chakra. Listen. You will learn more than you ever imagined through this listening, through this pure connection. Because you have this ability, Sagittarius, during this time, you hear so much more than what is just said. You hear the multifaceted layers of speech and desires and what people are longing for. And that is powerful, and it can be overwhelming. Your subconscious tarot message. The 8 of Wands. Things move fast. And to go deeper within the subconscious message, as things move fast, as things kick up in your passion, in your desire, in the way that you want to move forward in your life, it brings you to the 7 of Swords, 7 of Voice. I like that. The 8 counting down into the 7 going into the 8. Here, there is a sense, of taking what you know, of what you desire and moving forward. You have to leave some things behind, 2 things. 2 things behind that are too hard to carry, too much to bear. And you're leaving behind sneakiness and deceit. Subconsciously, you might feel as if you're being sneaky, which is not something that you like at all. Sagittarius, you like to be very upfront about things, very honest. And you might feel that you're being sneaky, but you have to look out for you. And you're not being sneaky. You're just doing what is right for you at this time to embrace your power and to move you forward. And that is beautiful. It is. We're not talking about lying and cheating and stealing and anything like that. We're talking about you moving forward in this power, this beauty, and this abundance of self. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. It's very powerful reading, very powerful time. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our own energy vibration as we walk forward in peace, love, compassion, and beauty. Take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you.